Hey, this is Brian. Welcome back to this floundering little channel called The Disturbing Illusion. And it truly is a disturbing illusion. And guess what? I am all out of excuses, and you are too. If there was ever an example of give them bread in circuses and they shall never revolt, it's this video right here entitled Musk Throws Full Temper Tantrum on National TV. I'm not for Elon Musk. I'm not for progressivist propagandist Brian Tyler Cohen. I am for the truth, and neither of these two guys is on your corner. They just want to bankroll a bunch of garbage money, FRNs, because there's a lot of people who still want to participate in the clown show under the WWE style Washington's District of Criminals big top, and I'm here to put a stop to it. Watch this right here.
Does that help Tesla? I mean, you had Tim Walz, who's a huge jerk, running around on stage with the Tesla stock price where the stock price had gone in half, and he was overjoyed. What an evil thing to do! What a creep! What a jerk! Like who derives joy from that? And
who derives? Wait, before we get to Brian progressivist propagandist Tyler Cohen, let's listen to this again. I agree, Tim Walz is a creep. He is a jerk. He is evil, but he's not a creep, a jerk, and an evil person because he had a piece of paper with the flailing stock of Tesla prices being cut in half. Listen to him. He's saying he's evil for holding this up.
Where the stock price had gone in half, and he was overjoyed. What an evil thing to do. What a creep. What a jerk. Like who derives joy from that? And
he is evil because he wants to use the federal government and even state governments against the people. He wants to use the power of coercion, force, intimidation, theft, and murder if they have to get their way. That's what makes politicians evil, not that they're holding up stock prices of people who they say are your adversaries. And besides that, what happened to humor? Like, can't we just laugh it off? Can't we make humor great again? But listen to Mr. Propagandist here.
Who derives joy? Elon, my dude. Don't ask questions that you don't want the answer to. Now, there are about 100 reasons why not to feel sorry for Elon Musk, who seems to be on the verge of tears at the very notion of his precious stock price falling. But chief among those reasons is that Elon's pet project, Doge, has been responsible for the elimination of tens of thousands of jobs. And this is how sympathetic Elon Musk was to that.
This is the chainsaw for bureaucracy. Chainsaw!
That's perfect. So freaking cringy and embarrassing. Hey, you know what? If you want to take a chainsaw and maybe water the tree of liberty every now and then, maybe take it and head over to any one of the 12 branches of the Federal Reserve. Talk to them about chaining their doors, locking their doors, instituting sound money, getting rid of the IRS, eliminating the income tax, taking the burden of property tax off of all Americans. You want to show us you're our friend? Why don't you cut down the size of the military-industrial complex, the prison-industrial complex? Stop the drug war, because it's not a war on drugs. It's a war on people. It's the elimination of competition so that true criminals, the Mexican drug cartels, and the CIA can continue their operations unmolested and without competition. And that's just a couple of the things right off the bat, man. There's so many things we can talk about eliminating so that we can take the shackles of tyranny off of Americans. But Brian Tyler Cohen's not going to talk about it. Elon Musk and Doge aren't going to do anything about it. And Donald Trump is going to keep funneling billions to Israel and other foreign nations.
All right. I love it. Mr. President, thank you so much.
I love it. I love it. Do you really love it? Do you really love it? Do you really love it? Tell me how much you love it.
I love it. We love it. We love it.
In other words, Musk has overseen roughly 50,000 cut jobs, overseen the buyouts of another 75,000 who likely feared their jobs would be eliminated anyway, and is planning to fire another 170,000 people.
But what Brian won't talk about is how many of these jobs right here are just wasteful jobs where they show up to work or don't even have to show up to work, don't have to do anything, aren't producing anything, actually engage in economic terrorism, get on the phone and start coercing and threatening a bunch of Americans saying, hey, your taxes are due. We're going to start imposing penalties on you. We're going to liquidate your assets. Brian doesn't talk about the possibility that some of those jobs may be extremely wasteful and detrimental to the progress and prosperity of America.
Anyway, and is planning to fire another 170,000 people, and yet this guy has the audacity to sit there and offer up crocodile tears and a quivering upper lip that his stock price is falling? Give me a break, dude. If you can fire people at will, including veterans, seniors, doctors, scientists, and regular hardworking Americans, then spare us the sob story that you have less stock assets to borrow against. Isn't it always interesting that the people who have the most always view themselves as the biggest victims? Like, here Elon is hacking away at jobs and gloating on stage with a literal chainsaw, while those tens of thousands, soon to be hundreds of thousands, of families have to figure out how to make ends meet, and yet we're supposed to feel bad for the richest man in the world? Although this is a recurring theme in this White House. On a daily basis,
By the way, everybody should have a problem with how Elon Musk got rich, or at least one of the ways he got rich, by being a welfare recipient, one of the biggest welfare queens and recipients in American history. Some say to the tune of 14 to 17 billion dollars, but the best I could find was like 12 or 13 billion dollars. That is a lot of money. Tell me you couldn't be a success by running multiple businesses with an infusion of cash of 13 or 14 billion dollars. Who couldn't be successful with that kind of money? If anything, it would definitely give you some breathing room so you could, I don't know, play the stock market and maybe double your money. He is truly, in every sense of the word, a robber baron. And now he's in the halls of government, which doesn't really make it any better. It doesn't make it any worse, because that's where all the swamp creatures go so that they can stick their hands deeper into our pockets, so they can eliminate more of our rights, so they can pile on restriction after restriction and suffocate us with all their rules and regulations and ordinances and codes and policies and procedures and court proceedings.
Donald Trump also presents himself as the victim. He whines that he was the subject of prosecution as if he's somehow entitled to full impunity while the rest of us rubes have to follow the law.
That's true, but name a politician that doesn't apply to? Every one of them thinks they're above the law.
The guy is the
Stop being dishonest, Brian.
literal president of the United States and still whines like a little bitch on a daily basis about how everybody's out to get him. I mean, my God, between Trump and Musk, you would have a hard time finding two people who feel worse for themselves. But hey, thank God we didn't elect a woman to be president. Wouldn't want someone too emotional in the White House.
Oh, you mean the woman who was backed by, what was it, 83 billionaires? So she would be owned by the billionaire class, while Donald Trump is owned by, the billionaire class of 52 billionaires who financially backed Donald Trump. And basically, this guy right here is arguing for leftist statism, which is the same billionaire class supporting them as the billionaire class supporting Team Red, Team Elephant. This is disgusting. It's pathetic. It's unconscionable. It's unconstitutional. And it's antithetical to everything that freedom in America is supposed to stand for. And these guys are the enemies who are getting all the views, all the clicks, all the ad revenue. That is truly evil.
In fact, Elon Musk was then excoriated online for this little pity party. Jon Favreau wrote, "The guy who gleefully took food and medicine away from poor kids thinks mocking the company's stock price is evil. What a little bitch." AOC's chief of staff, Mike Casca, wrote, "Isn't this the same guy who wielded a chainsaw on stage to signify the jobs he was ending and the benefits he was cutting?" Tommy Vitor from Pod Save America wrote, "Whiny little bitch Elon Musk cries when Tim Walz talks about Tesla stock price going down, but giddily tweets about firing government employees and killing off programs that feed starving people."
There shouldn't be programs, government programs feeding starving people. And here's why. Because where did the funds come from to feed starving people? Oh, we have to steal it from all these producers in America so that we can give it to the less fortunate. That's what charities are for. Government should not be in the business. The only business government should be in is protecting rights. Your rights, my rights. Nobody gets a better cut than anybody else. Everybody gets the same cut. And that cut is, hey, we're going to make sure liberty is protected. We're going to make sure you have the right to keep and bear arms, that you have a right to practice your religion, that you have a right to freedom of speech and of the press, that you have the right to be secure in your person's houses, papers, and effects. That's what the government should be about. Every restriction in the Constitution is a restriction against the United States government and for the American people. Easy.
Jessica Burbank wrote, "You're laughing. My company, which stock I leveraged to buy the public square, is falling and you're laughing." Crystal Ball wrote, "The richest man on earth is sentencing kids in poor countries to death from preventable diseases, delighting in mass firings, destroying the program that keeps elderly from eating cat food, and he thinks we should feel bad for him that his stock holdings are down."
Isn't that what government is in the business of? Sentencing kids in poor countries to death? That is what the government is about. It is the biggest death cult in the world. And these people have joined the cult of personality on the right or on the left, and they are part of the problem. They are not the solution. If your solution is government, if your answer is the government, then you're asking the wrong question.
Mehdi Hassan wrote, "I never thought I'd come across someone more whiny, narcissistic, self-pitying, annoying, or dishonest than Trump, but..." And Twitter personality Krang T. Nelson re-upped an old tweet of his, No, you misunderstand. I said fuck your feelings. My feelings are very important and must be handled gently like a tiny baby hummingbird." And I could go on, but you get the point. The fact is that Elon feels entitled to everybody's love and affection as if it's his divine right, but has done nothing to actually earn it. In fact, all he's done is strip working class Americans of lifelines and protections that they desperately rely on.
That's what Bernie does. Dude's taking $174,000 a year. Dude, Bernie is a millionaire. AOC is a millionaire. And these are the people out on a circuit called Fight Oligarchy, the Fight Oligarchy Tour. And an oligarch is just simply a small group of people who controls a large group of people. They are in the small minority who make the rules and the laws for the rest of us to follow. They are the oligarchy that they claim to be fighting against. Isn't that ironic? Isn't that disturbing? Isn't that disgusting and pathetic? And nobody like this will call it out. They're going to play the party line because they benefit monetarily while society collapses in on themselves or on itself.
All the while giddily casting off criticism with memes that he thinks are edgy. The guy spends all day dishing it, but when he has to take some criticism, he sits there like a whiny little bitch on the verge of tears.
That is true. That's true also. That's true.
Remind me, who was it who said that comedy was legal again? Ah, right. Well, maybe Elon Musk can remind Elon Musk. There is a reason that Musk is so aggressively unpopular in this country. And let's be clear, he is unpopular.
I mean, I have rarely ever seen any change of perception as dramatic as this one. I mean, Elon Musk's net favorable rating, it's dropped from plus 24 to minus 19 overall from 2017 to 2025. And look at among Democrats. He used to be beloved by Democrats at plus 35. Look where it is now, minus 91 points on the net favorable rating. That is a movement of over 120 points in the negative direction, falling through the floor.
And now, that's not going to bode well for Tesla because reports indicate that the majority of Tesla owners are Democrats. And a lot of them are changing the badge on their Tesla to Honda and doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff because they hate Elon Musk so much, because they're so vested in the WWE propaganda dog and pony show that they can't see straight. I don't really take much stock in these polls right here, but you get the general idea. Elon Musk is not on your side. The Counterfeit News Network is not on your side. MSDNC is not on your side. Brian Tyler Cohen, all these people, they're not on your side. The only people who are truly on your side are the people telling you the truth about what's going on with the left versus right paradigm. And we keep heading at breakneck speed over the cliff every single year, expecting things to change, doing the same things over and over, expecting a different result. If you keep on doing what you've been doing, you'll keep on getting what you've been getting. Leave your thoughts in the comments below and I will see you. Don't forget to like this video, share this video, and I will see you in the next crazy, crazy video.